is Ryan Ted at One Republic. We know he's the front man. The latest single off that Someday and their album Human, they're both out now. We're playing the song Let's Zoom Him Up. Hey, there he is in his home. Are you at home? Hey, Ryan, good morning, buddy.
Hey, I'm in my studio.
That's your home studio? Man,
that looks nice.
Better than our actual corporately owned studio.
Yeah, you've got a better... Can we come there? How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you so much.
What are you working
great.
on at the moment? What's your, you've got some songs bubbling and...
Yeah, I'm working on, we've already 2/3 of the way through the subsequent One Republic album and upcoming singles because COVID had such a long delay on this album that by the time we got to it, we had already moved on and done the next subsequent album. And so I'm finishing that, getting some remixes for Someday, talking to David Guetta, which I'm really excited about, and some other people. And then, I have a fun month coming up. I have a Lil Nas X's album drops Friday. I did the next single that drops Friday along with it.
Wow! See what
so I'm excited. I'm excited about Lil Nas because he's just melted the universe in the last 9 months, and he's crushing it. And then doing upcoming stuff with Miley Cyrus. And
we love Miley too.
She's legend.
A great vocalist, just a great energy. She just doesn't care. She's happy being her. You know what I mean? She loves rooting Aussies as well, I've noticed over the years. So what's not to love about Miley, man? That's fantastic.
Exactly.
Well, we were talking the other day, actually. It came up in our own news story about how you wrote Beyonce's song Halo in just a few hours, and you got the idea from the sound on your computer when it opens up and you hear the kind of, the music, and you went from there. And we were just fascinated that you could write such an amazing song like that. You sit down, you go, right, we need something new for Beyonce. What are we going to do?
What a stress. That's a stress just in itself, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just, the thing is, you never know. I mean, songwriting is... it's I'd say probably 3 parts talent, 7 parts magic. And so you just do it. I hate to say it's the law of averages, but I could not write for 5 months and then step into a session and write one song. And that's the day that becomes the Lil Nas X single. That's the only... No, I had 2 sessions with him.
Yeah.
We didn't even finish the other song. This is the only song we finished. And then I get a call, a month or so later, hey, we think this is a smash. This is going to be the next single. So if I could manifest that every time I sat down, of course I would do it. But the thing is, getting songs out on radio in 2021 is 100 times harder than it was. I used to take having hit songs for granted. Literally, it's not like I was an asshole about it. I just didn't. It was easy.
You became used to it because that was what was going on for year after year.
It was easy.
Yeah.
To be fair, streaming wasn't a thing, and so it was easy. There were these gatekeepers. There was a method to the madness of getting songs to become hit records, and it was relationships and all this other stuff, blah blah blah. But streaming, when you have 60 to 70,000 songs being uploaded every single day to Spotify and Apple, well, I'm still competing with that. But now instead of competing with just the songwriting community as a songwriter, I'm competing with the planet. Some 16-year-old kid in Wellington, New Zealand could upload a record to Spotify, and it catches fire and goes off.
Wow. A lot of those
on TikTok.
A lot of those probably crash and burn. We didn't realize. I think I heard Ed Sheeran yesterday say that when he's writing, and I love the honesty, most of them are shit that are never going to see the light of day. He said, don't be under the false impression that everything I write is great. He said, because it's a slither of what I write makes it, and the rest is just binned.
To talk about Ed Sheeran, I've written with him many, many times. One of my favorite people in the world. An average Ed Sheeran session, it's wild. It might go from, let's say, noon to 5 or 6 p.m. But in that time, at least my experience with him thus far, is we will start 4 to 5 songs. We will do verse choruses of 4 or 5 songs, four or 5 songs written in a day. Okay.
Wow.
And then the next day we come back in. First of all, you might be on a thing that you think is a smash with him. Oh my God, this is the biggest. Yo, Ed, this, let's stop. We have to finish this. And he'll just kind of get the smile on his face. You know what? It's good. I don't know. There might be something better. Like, let's see. I have this other idea. Let's try this other idea. And then
do you think, no, stick with the idea that's working? Why recreate the wheel?
No, but because he's so prolific and so talented that, and he knows his process, which is we will do 4 or 5 ideas in a day.
Yeah.
The next day, and this is kind of a good thing for people that want to get into songwriting. It's an interesting approach. You start 4 or 5 songs in a day. The next day, you come back with fresh ears. You're objective.
Yeah.
You had a good night's sleep. You're not going to bullshit yourself because you're hearing it with fresh ears, like a fan. We go through and listen to all 4 or 5 ideas from the previous day, and then Ed will go, that one. That's the one.
And
so
do you agree? Do you ever disagree and think, no? Or do you guys hear the same things? Or
Of course. But at the end of the day, it's the artist's call. So I might be naturally more drawn to one song than another, but at the end of the day, for an artist like Ed or Beyonce or Adele or anybody, it's their call. It's Taylor's call. It's that they're steering the ship, right? We're the passenger. I've got a map. You know what I mean? I might know where we're going, but like ultimately they're driving it. And so Happier, I co-wrote Happier on his last album on Divide, which is the last single on the album. That was the 4th song we did that day. And
right.
So like,
does it get a bit? Sometimes you just think, God, it sounds fun what you're doing, but there's a lot of stress. There's method to the madness.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of disappointment.
And do you prefer writing with someone else, or just doing the One Republic thing where you're just, you have to just check with yourself, or do you check with the other band members?
Nothing is more fun. Like if we land in Australia and we have a song that's cranking at radio and streaming and connecting and selling, as the artist, unequivocally, nothing is a better feeling than that. There's no better feeling, because then ultimately, if we go to play a show in Sydney or Melbourne or Perth or where have you, we want as many human people to show up as possible.
And singing the song, singing it back to you. And is that better than an orgasm for an artist?
Ooh, it's up there, bro. It's up there. You know what I'll say? I'll say that, an orgasm is peak existence for about, let's say 15 seconds, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
But the concert lasts 90 minutes, right, or 2 hours.
Right,
so
I get it.
It's really
I get
close.
it.
I mean, there's a reason we get addicted to doing it, and my goal initially was 10,000 people in every major city in the world, from Cairo to Nairobi, to Sydney. We wanted to be able to sell 10,000 tickets. We got to that level on our 3rd album. And every year beyond that, every hit beyond that is borrowed time. And for me, I'm just eternally grateful to you guys that you play our records.
Oh, we love it.
And for me, it's the challenge of now, like this album has one sound, and now as an artist, the hardest challenge is how do you evolve beyond that sound? The next album, you have to depart. But the hardest thing when you're an artist, and rappers have a different kind of thing because they can, in my opinion, they can get away with doing things that are more similar across 4 or 5 albums.
Yeah, got you.
But like for an artist, like if you're in rock or pop rock, the artists that stick around evolve. And so I know that after this album, it's out, we have to shift our sound. Naturally, I want to shift our sound. I'm exploring, I'm experimenting. But the trick is to do it in a way that people that loved you in the first place still connect, and they're following you on that journey, but you're also winning new fans. And that's the hardest thing to do.
And Ed was saying also that he is not a fan of awards shows because he says it gets too competitive and it's filled with hate. It's not the love you think it is in the room. Do you agree?
Yeah. Pardon my friend. Am I allowed to cuss on this show?
Yeah, of course. This is the show to cuss on.
Hate award shows.
Wow.
Same reason.
It is like my hands are sweating talking about it right now. Like I've been fortunate enough to win some Grammys. I've lost more than I've won. The times where I probably should have lost, I won. There's times where I should have won where I lost. It is my issue with award shows is it's such a pressure cooker. It is breaking music down into some type of measured algorithm that like we're rewarding you. It was originally created I mean, now it's for television and ratings and things like that.
Yeah.
But award shows in general, I love the Recording Academy. I've never enjoyed the reward aspect of it because, music is subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
what I think is the most trash record of 2021. There are a million people out there that have streamed it a million times,
Right.
and it literally has changed their life. So for me to say this is empirically, the word empirical meaning without argument, definitively, scientifically,
Yeah.
the best recorded song of this year, the best written, the best that's some bullshit,
Yeah,
man.
you
like
can't
I've
judge.
never,
Yeah, that's right. It can't
you
be
can't
judged
judge,
like
you
that.
can't judge it.
Yeah.
And the other thing I don't like about it too is on the red carpets, it's every artist trying to out. I call it peacocking.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes,
let me show
yes.
you my feathers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna out peacock the person to my right, person to my left. I remember one award show. There was Grammys. I was nominated for like producer of the year and at the Grammys, and I'm on the red carpet like trying to take photos, and the bodyguard of some other pop star who wasn't nominated, who's just like travels with 7 bodyguards for some untold reason. This bodyguard literally walks up to me and shoves me off of the red carpet because the artist he's protecting is walking by, and I'm sitting here going, I'm like nominated for producer of the year, and I'm like getting pushed by some other freaking artist bodyguards. So needless to say, not my favorite night. I still attend them. I'm honored to get invited or to get nominated.
The
I'm always honored.
reality is not that great and not that good a feeling being there, right?
No, man, I'd rather watch Netflix and like have like a really nice glass of wine.
Hey, has your mum and dad said, listen, Ryan, you're making some money here. I don't, like maybe this isn't, going to work out long term. Save your money, or do they know you're solid?
No, they know I'm solid.
They know you're solid.
Of course he is.
No. I am. The first thing I did, because I've been lucky that, I try to be the dumbest person at the table. Anytime if I'm with people that are investors or business people, or I can recognize when a table is loaded with smart people, and I try to learn from them and always surround yourself with people smarter than yourself.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's just a rule of life. And I've been lucky to be surrounded by those people. So the moment I made $1, I bought a house that I could live in. Put a roof over your house, over your head first. It was a nice house. And then I started buying real estate. I started investing in things that have nothing to do with the music industry.
Right.
And things that, because it's fickle, I can't guarantee any song that I write or put out. Anyone who says they can guarantee a hit is full of it.
Right.
I would say there are a handful of artists out there that are as close to guarantees right now as possible. There's about maybe 5 or 6 that they can pretty much write their own script. I mean, Ed being one of them, like he's about as sure bet as you can have. Ariana, Little Nas, probably I would say
yourself as well.
Bieber. We consistently do well. We're not, the thing that One Republic has never been. I'm not like I'm not on the cover of TMZ, or rarely, or like grabbing headlines because of who I'm dating or who we're with or this, that.
Sure.
So the celebrity quotient, the celebrity aspect of fame has never really been that attached to my band. To be frank, it's not attached to most bands. So if we have a hit or a song that people love, the song has to do the work, because it's not going to be who I'm dating. I'm not going to be in the headlines.
Right.
So I have to write better songs. I had a record label executive tell me one time, he's like, dude, you have to actually write better songs to succeed, because you don't have the fame machine behind you pushing it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that those other artists.
He was saying you're no Justin Timberlake, is what he's saying. Is that what he means?
Exactly, 100%.
How insulting!
And funny,
insulting.
And I've known Justin for a long time, and Justin told me one time at a dinner, this is probably 8 years ago in New York. He was like, dude, he's like, don't get more famous than you are right now. He's like, don't do anything that can make you more famous than you are right now. I was like, interesting. Why? He's like, because the moment you can't just go out and do normal people stuff, like all of a sudden, whatever you get for that fame, it ain't worth it.
Yeah.
The moment you can't go to Starbucks, you can't go. All these artists I know that I'm friends with, when we go on tour, these artists, their hotel rooms become almost like their prison. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
I've heard that. I've heard that from
if you're in,
people as well. Yeah,
oh,
they feel stuck. They can't go out. They can't do anything.
You're stuck.
It's a horrible feeling.
You can't go in the gym. Yeah. If you go in the fitness center, someone's filming you working out, right? Yeah. And I've had 4 or 5 of the biggest artists in the world tell me that on tour stresses them out because they're prisoners in their hotels. I'm like, I'm so happy because like if I'm in Sydney or if I'm anywhere in Australia or like overseas or in the States, I'm like the level of I'm a C level like celebrity. So like I get stopped twice a day. It's like
that's
if I'm buying coffee from across the street, and like once or twice a day, and our fans are so cool that they're just like, are you?
Yeah, sort of like.
Wait a minute, are you? Yeah, because they still have to figure it out.
Hey, I just read that you recently sold your back catalogue for quite a considerable. I'm talking. These are the figures I've got.
Decent amount.
$276 million.
Wow.
Well, now I might get stopped more. Now that people know that.
For a loan.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Keep it up $20.
Who bought that? Is it a company, a person, a fan?
It's a private equity company called KKR that are, I'd say, probably top 2 private equity companies in the world. And what these guys do, they're the smartest. Like, speaking of smart people, they're the smartest of the smartest. It's just off the charts intelligence. And what they do is they look at they've been around since the 70s. They look at different industries, music, automotive, technology, and they look at things where they find opportunities. If they see an industry that's growing faster than it should, then they step in and make an investment and figure out how to like turn that into more, right? So they've been watching music for the last 3 or 4 years, and streaming has exploded the music industry. And labels make more than ever. They won in on that action. They won in on music, and so they made me a partner at. So now I'm a partner at KKR. So if anybody needs investment advice, I'm just kidding. But
he's doing that on the weekend.
I had no plans. I had no plans on selling it.
Yeah,
and then I kind of got to the place where I was like, I've been doing this 15 years, and I'm not a gambler. I don't really do casinos and stuff, but I'm friends with them. And you know that there's a moment when you're in a casino where your good senses kick in and they go, take the money off the table and leave the casino.
We've all felt that.
So I've done that before, where the only few times I've won where I've been like, I just turned $100 into $1,500 in blackjack, and I'm not that good at blackjack. I'm taking the money. So
good boy.
That's impressive. Yeah. See, that's exactly the opposite of what I do. When I was in Vegas last time, I was cleaning up on the roulette, and I had to leave to get on a plane, and I looked over at the cashier's line, and there was about 40 people in line, and I thought, I'm putting it all on red, and lost everything. Everything was lost.
You know how many people do that?
Everyone
does that.
Except for you.
Because you look at the time and you go, could I double it? The only way I'm staying is if I double it, and then you lose it all.
Yeah.
And that's why casinos win. The house always wins.
Well, man, we've followed you. We've always admired your stuff. Love the music. One Republic, great. You're a great writer. Top bloke.
Yeah,
and,
very smart
obviously,
guy.
Everyone should do what Ryan Tedder does. Surround yourself with smart folks and use them as like sounding boards for your life. That's how to get 100%.
Through.
Yeah.
So if you're the smartest person at the table, you're in trouble, because what I found is that A-level people, if you put an A-level person next to a B-level person, given enough time, the A-level person will downgrade to the B-level.
Yes,
so
that's true.
You try to hire people that are better than you, and you just have to like kill your own ego and not be afraid of losing your own job. The best thing that could happen is you surround yourself with someone that could replace you eventually. And so I think that's just a good way to approach life.
That's a terrifying thought for me. I'm looking outside the glass there and I can't see anyone.
I think you've got security. I
feel safe. Look, Ryan, it's great to chat. The latest One Republic record, the single Someday, and their album Human, it's both available now. Buy it, stream it, do whatever you want. Don't steal it.
Yes.
Don't steal it. Ryan, nice to talk to you, bro.
Thanks, Ryan.
Always amazing.
You too.
There's one of the
thank
greatest.
You guys. I can't wait.
You're welcome.
Can't wait to see you in person. And also when that Little Nas record drops Friday, listen to Someday, One Republic, and listen to Little Nas. That's what I want.
We'll play both. We'll be all over it. There he is, Ryan Tedder this morning, one of the greatest in the business here at KIIS, guys.